and we have a high of like 63 on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm so tempted. Yeah. Because like I got that golf outing like in 2 weeks.
I know.
At Walt Disney World. Like I better like hit some balls.
We got to announce that, by the way, the mini golf.
Oh yeah, the mini golf. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I'm worried if it gets too blown up because because like
we're doing it last minute, so I think we'll be good.
Yeah. Because like we couldn't get a hold of Disney. Like Neil kept calling and like no one would answer the phone, So
that doesn't shock me.
I know. I know it doesn't surprise me.
Like Disney Cruise Line, I waited 4.5 hours to get to somebody yesterday or 2 days ago.
But I'm going to need to be in one of the first groups, depending on how many people get there. Because like I got a California grilled dinner that night. So.
Sounds good.
That's at like 5:30. It'll be good. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, then we got the regular golf too, which someone emailed me this weekend about. So we might just need to fill one more slot there. So that'd be good.
We could totally do that.
Maybe Wade could fill that spot. Wade could just come down and he could be our 8.
We'll wait on Wade. Let's go.
Yeah.
I can't change that flight. I can't find a flight that would get me in.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie, I'm pumped about the mini golf too. You're like one of the first that keeps responding about it, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm gonna get my putter and start putting down here in the basement on the carpet.
Dude, Fantasia Gardens, it's a lot of fun. Like we go, as you know, Mike. Like the Gardeners go every trip. We play mini golf. So
and that last time I shot lights out playing mini golf, man. Yeah. I hope that's why you didn't do Winter Summerland. I know you.
Well, no. Winter Summerland is just too easy of a course. I mean, I understand you played lights out and you smoked me that day too. I had a 13-year-old that was kind of iffy that day.
Yeah, I get it. It is because like everything there breaks to the cup.
I must say there's 6 or 7 holes that like if you don't get a hole in one, you didn't try.
Seriously, like you hit it into the rocks. Totally. Okay, so let's see here. So we got some folks in here. So
you could just hang out in the villa, man. I'm just saying, you could just hang out in the villa.
Yeah, for real. Come on. You can do it. Let's see. Man, I've had like this cold all weekend. It's like a stuffy nose thing. It's driving me nuts. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna play that 5 and 10 game, but I'll explain it because I made all kinds of categories.
I mean, you've been like blowing up social media all week about some game, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like whatever. Like Elizabeth was like, what's going on? What are you gonna do tonight?
But I mean, it's something to do.
I know. I was like, I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So let's say hey to everybody. So Katie's here, Andrea, Wade, Hirsch. Actually, that's probably Margie. See, Corwin of Amber on the West Coast is here. Scott's here. Another Scott. Homesteading with the Herberts. Dan, Lisa, and Stacy Nyman. Who's looking for new AirPods or new earbuds? I saw on Facebook. I like my AirPods Pro, but she doesn't like those. They hurt her ears. Oh, we got real quick. Know the name of the game you play?
Oh man! Shout out to the Baltimore or the 1968 Baltimore Orioles took the title.
That's what I wanted to win because
the most valuable player was Dave McNally. The guy pitched over 150 innings in the tournament. Like his ERA was like 1.8. He had like 13 wins, something outrageous. Like, and these are best of 5 series. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not very deep. But anyway, it was awesome. But it's called Stratomatic. One of the coolest board games ever, especially if you're a nerd that's into baseball. Just like you get these cards, you roll dice, you got all the strategy behind it. I mean, obviously a lot of it is luck because, it's just a roll of the dice. But it's a fun way to like remember old-time players and like you manage the team. You control the whole thing, and it's just endless the amount of hours and possibilities you can have with this game. And
you're not required to get like the shirts and the hats and all.
No, so I go all in. Yeah,
because that is the best part. I love you.
So I buy every team's hats. We're in the off season now, so the owners are meeting with the commissioner to decide what to do next. And there's talks about possibly doing 69, which would be very interesting because it's the only year the Seattle Pilots ever played in the major leagues. So like that would be interesting to get a Seattle Pilots hat or jersey. They only played one season.
I never heard of them, and I'm a baseball fan. I didn't even know.
So that was an expansion. So the year the pitcher was 68. So they're like, we need to bring more offense in in the league. So they did an expansion in 69, and the Seattle Pilots were one of the expansion teams. And then they were done the next year.
What, they didn't become somebody else? They just went away?
I think they moved over somewhere else. I mean, I can't remember which franchise it is.
Looking this up tonight.
Yeah, I'll send you the details on it. But
so they didn't become the Mariners?
No, they did not become the Mariners, I believe. I believe the Mariners ended up, or maybe they switched to the Mariners. If my brother was on the line, man, he'd have all the history for you.
Happy birthday to your brother, by the way.
Oh, there we go. We got it. Pilots are the Brewers. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. I think Yelich played with him back in the day.
yeah. So fascinating team. They only had the one season. So that's what happens in 69. So there's talks about doing 69, but we just did 68. So I think we're going to go old school. I think we're going to go in the Shoeless Joe Jackson era. We're going to go deep.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Because there's less teams, so we can get another tournament in a little bit quicker too. That's part of the reason. So anyway, we'll talk about that on another episode, right?
Well, that's awesome. Oh my God. Oh, can you still buy it real quick? Can you buy the game?
Oh yeah, I buy it. So a very famous season just was released this year that everyone's been dying to get their hands on. 1986 was just released.
Oh, 86. That Cardinals were good that year. Cardinals and Mets had a battle that year in the East, in the National League East.
Red Sox are good. There's a lot of Red Sox fans, obviously. The Tigers are still going strong in the 80s too. So it's a good season. Everyone thinks about.
Gooden was in his prime.
Yep, everyone thinks about the crazy Mets, right? In '86, there's Buckner, and but the Tigers are still good in '86, so that's why we might even play that one because the '80s is the best, and that's the only '80s season that's available right now is '86.
Oh, yeah. You got to play it. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
we're gonna get to it when we already ordered it, so we own it. But I kind of want to do an old school season, just like some old timers. That'd be kind of fun.
All right, that was talking baseball. We've got the baseball back here. First day of spring training, by the way, today. So we are happy now. Okay, so let me hit this. And we don't need that on the show.
But you don't want to have a big old rant? Not rant, but like discussion. I'm just kidding.
All righty.
That's a Mike in the Midwest thing right there.
That's totally a Mike in the Midwest thing. All right, here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line. It is Sunday night, March 13th, 2022, and we are here to take your calls for the next hour at 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395, and we're going to talk all things Disney and have a good time, but I hope you had a wonderful weekend wherever you are tuned in around the world, and if you're checking the show out here on the feed on Thursday, hope you are having a great week and that you are trucking right along to yet another wonderful weekend. So today, of course, we're going to have a good time. And my good buddy Scott is joining us from up in the mitten, fresh off a big victory. We talked some Stratomatic baseball right before we got recording here. So you got to jump in early on these Sunday nights because you never know what the topic will be but in the pre-show. Scott, how's it going? You have a good weekend? What's up?
Yep, had a good weekend. It's very cold still here, but, hopefully we got our last bit of snow. It snowed on Saturday. It snowed a little bit this morning as the time of the recording. A lot of that's melted now. So hopefully we're turning in the right direction, Mike, because I need sunshine and a little bit of warmth so I can play some golf.
Yeah, golf. We got baseball. I mean, baseball's back since the last time we talked, so we're excited for that. Spring training.
Also, is the greatest couple weeks in the history of the world coming up. We have March Madness. As a guy that loves college basketball, I know it might be more regional for some of you, but we love it here in East Lansing for obvious reasons because we have one of the greatest teams in college basketball year after year. But yeah, so we got March Madness coming up, which is always a great sign for warmer weather, right, Mike?
That does remind me, though, because, and I'm going to be using my sound effects tonight, this is your first PSA of the season. Not everything needs to be put in brackets over the next month. You don't have to put Disney restaurants in brackets. You don't have to put Disney attractions in brackets. You don't have to put Disney resorts in brackets. It's going to social media. I know it's kind of fun, but it seems like every single year it was fun. Like the first time around, like I think D23 did it and they even made like t-shirts and was that like a fever dream? Remember, like they had like the team, right? Like the Tower of Terror.
They had these shirts too. I think that went with it. Yeah, I love that. That was awesome. So I'm team bracket, Mike.
Well, I'm okay with it. Like the first time, it just seems like it's like because I've already seen it again this year. It's like, okay, like most things have not changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's. I can tell you what your finals is going to be like in basketball in college. You have different players, you have different coaches, you have different circumstances, you have a Cinderella. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I just don't think the teacups are ever going to upset an Expedition Everest. I mean, it's just like, I don't think it's going to have a Cinderella season.
you got to do it with non-Disney people. So hear this. This is gonna crack you up, man. So one year for a Disney trip, I set up a bracket for all the restaurants and send it to my team, and they didn't know what the restaurants were, right? And so like the top 6 or 7 or 8, I can't remember what it was. That's where I made my ADRs for the next trip. It was based on a bracket challenge where no one knew what the restaurants were, and that's how I decided.
What was the craziest place? Where was the craziest place you ended up eating? Do you remember?
Actually, it ended up being like legit.
And that's how it usually works, right? The person who wins the bracket challenge in your office is always the person who picked their teams by the uniform colors.
Ironically, like I'm pretty sure, I mean, this was like years ago, like I'm talking like 2013, 2014 or something. I want to say Narcoossee's won though, because everyone was just fascinated by that name.
Oh man,
which is funny because that's like my favorite place to eat. So
it is funny, but we will see brackets all over the place, and it's fine if you like doing those. I was just kind of joking, but you do see it constantly.
Oh my god, it's too much. It really is too much.
It's like you see them, but like the resorts don't change. All-star music is never going to upset the Polynesian. It's just. We all believe in Cinderella stories. We're Disney fans. It just can't happen. I'm sorry. I mean, as beautiful as that would be, it's not happening. Anyway, so a little bit of news here at the top of the show, and then we will jump into your calls. So this week, we had a couple of items added to Genie Plus again this week, which was kind of nice. Just preferred viewing for the Festival of Fantasy Parade up there by the castle at the Magic Kingdom. So you can now reserve that, and also the parade over at the studios. Let me ask you this, Scott. Have you ever used FastPass or Genie Plus for fireworks or a parade or anything like that, like a performance?
Oh, yes, I sure have. So I have used it for Festival of Fantasy way back in the day. I actually have a funny memory of that because there's a friendly family of North Carolina. We got there early to get the prime spot because that's what you do. It's so funny. You get the fast pass to get the viewing spot, but you still show up early for the parade because you still want the best. You still want the best spot of the fast pass.
Yes.
And I just remember this guy like just loved my Star Wars shirt. It was over a Star Wars weekend, and he just talked my ear off before the parade started. So it's kind of entertaining. So we definitely have done that. And I used to use it for illuminations all the time, to be honest, because what stunk about it locked you up, right? Like you couldn't get that rolling forth fast pass,
right?
Because it was like at the end of the night. But I loved that front of the house view that they had for illuminations. So I often used it for illuminations.
Yeah, I never did, but I always thought it was a good use because illuminations was special to me, and I thought it would be a good use. I just never really got there because the good news about illuminations was, you had so many good views around the lagoon, but it's an option. And I know a lot of people are, especially now that we're coming out of this where we didn't have a parade for so long.
Yeah,
that I think there's just this fever to see the parade up close and personal. So,
and they have more options because I hear about Genie Plus like just running out of availability or things to choose. So
that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, the more they can put into Genie Plus, the more it helps us whether you're using that option or not. I mean, space.
They should have it for restrooms too, like the top restrooms.
Yes. Yeah, get a shoe shine or something like that.
You can get an 8 or greater SG rated restroom between 1 and 2. I like that.
That's totally it. So here's another thing that was added. I was thinking about this because we just talked about your show on Friday where you stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge and really sang the praises of this place. And this is just another thing that is coming back, and it was super popular pre-COVID, and it makes the lodge more of a destination. And it's the Sunset Safari, or the Starlight Safari, I believe it's called. I always get the name wrong. Yeah, it's the Starlight Safari. I got to get the name right. The Starlight Safari. It's that 1-hour Jeep ride after dark. It's $89 a person where you can go out on the savannah. They give you the night vision goggles, and it's like it's just a really cool. I haven't done it, but I mean, the guests that I've had do it, I mean, pre-COVID raved about this experience because it's like a VIP tour. And I hate to say this, but $89 for a VIP tour like this seems reasonable to me.
It seems pretty reasonable to me. Like I'm spending more to do a dessert party to watch, Enchantment, where I almost feel like my family would enjoy this more, like doing like the night, because you get like it's an hour long, you get extra time with it than some other similar, experiences. But very happy to see that come back. The more things that come back, the happier we're all going to be from it.
Right. And I think this is one of those things too. I've done Keys to the Kingdom tour twice, and I liked it both times because that's my favorite tour of all of them because You get to go, you can really geek out, right? You're in the utilidors, you're going to get a meal at Columbia Harbor House or something like that at the end. You get a little key as a gift, and you get more nuggets depending on like your cast member that leads the tour, because they tell you different stuff. But especially on a tour like this, where you're going out in the savannah, I mean, every tour is going to be different, just like Kilimanjaro safaris, because of the animals and also your naturalist that's on the Jeep with you. And I think this is just something that you don't have to be staying. Here's another thing. You don't have to be staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge either. You can just, book it, and you could just go to Google and just type in Starlight Safari, and you can book it online. It shows you the availability, book it right there. But I just think, when you come home from your trip, what I hear from my guests is these are the kind of things that the kids will talk about a year from now, rather than even meeting Mickey Mouse, which is kind of, that's awesome. I mean, you go down to meet Mickey Mouse, but it's usually these very unique opportunities where they saw a zebra at 11 o'clock at night, or, 9 o'clock at night in the dark with, night vision goggles that just blows them away. So I say, yeah, it's a little bit extra, but I mean, when else do you get a chance to do something like this?
I'm with the kids on that. Those are like my experiences that I go back to work and talk about. Going back to like our what was it? Where we picked the Mount Rushmore of our like resorts. That's why I threw Animal Kingdom Lodge in there, because like it's not the greatest resort, but like it's so unique that you come back and you just rave about it, because I got to wake up and sip coffee watching the giraffe and zebra. It's pretty awesome.
It is. So that's going to be really cool. So that starts, I believe, that comes back online. Let's get the date here. April 22nd. So just
Earth Day. That's right. I remember reading that headline. Yep. It was for Earth Day.
Go. You could see, you could see zebras, giraffes, gazelles, antelope, flamingo, more. It's going to be fun. No dining on this tour, but I mean, for $89, you get an hour. You check in at the Porte Cochere right there at Animal Kingdom Lodge at Kidani. Up at Kidani is where you got to go. Get there 15 minutes before the tour starts. They're at 8:30 and 10, which I think is super cool, because one of the things we've always talked about at Walt Disney World is there's not a lot to do late at night. I mean, this would be cool because you could go to the park. You could still stay in the park till 8 o'clock, especially if you're at Animal Kingdom. It'd be, you roll full day there and, still do the tour at night. That'd be a great way to finish the night.
That'd be cool. Awesome. Yeah.
I want to do that. Okay. So give us a call. We could talk about anything you want. And we're going to play a game here. Let me explain the game that we're going to play if you want, when you're on the line at the end of your call, or you can just call to play the game if you want. And we're going to try it out tonight. We'll probably have prizes down the line, but I don't even know how this is going to work out. So we'll see how this goes. But it's a game that we used to play when my dad actually used this game on the radio here in St. Louis. My dad used to be a program director for an oldies radio station called Clue 103.3. And they played this game, and it was called 5 and 10. So the way it works is you had to name 5 things in 10 seconds. Okay. So, and if you did, you won the game, or you got to move on to the next round. So what we're going to play is Disney 5 and 10. And so what's going to happen is I will give you a category, and you will have 5 seconds to name, or you have 10 seconds to name 5 things in that category before the buzzer happens. So let me get the list here of some things that we got going on. All right. So I have a whole list of categories here. So I'm going to play with Scott here. And if you want to play, you can call in. It's 407-413-9395. Also, we have some questions we're going to tackle here from the inbox, because we got so many of them lately. We're going to do that in between calls. We're trying to make this kind of an efficient show for the Thursday feed. But Scott, pick like a number between like 1 and 11, and then I'll go to the top of the list here.
Michigan State's a 7 seed for the tournament. I'm going 7.
Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. So you got to name 5 of these in 10 seconds. Let me get everything ready.
Man, my heart is racing.
All right, here we go. So it is 5 Walt Disney World extinct attractions in 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Go.
World of Motion, Horizons, Timekeeper. Oh my gosh. This is harder than I would think. Oh, that was 3 seconds, dude.
That was 10, but I started like 1 second early. Yes. Oh my gosh. What could we have done? We could have done Alien Encounter. I was trying to, I don't know. I was thinking with you. I don't know. I don't have a list because it's open ended. What else? It could have been, oh my God. Stitch. That's both in the same building.
Yeah, they're kind of the same building. I was about to go to the backlot tour, was where I was about to say, and then I was surprised that the timer went off.
Great movie, right? This is so much.
Yeah, Ellen's Energy
Yeah,
Adventure.
Ellen, yeah. So we could, I could have done it by park. That'd have really been hard. So anyway, if you want to play the game, come on.
Failed.
Yeah, that's kind of good because I had to play.
I felt like that was 6.3 seconds though.
That's probably, I don't know. I went to YouTube and just copied it off YouTube this week. So, Snow White, Mr. Toad. See, everybody's good when you don't have the timer on you, right? You're not on the phone because it's like you're in the hot seat when you're on the phone. So, all right, 407-413-9395. You want to get on the show and get in and play the game, give us a call and we'll do that. But until then, actually, Jonathan's asking a question here, and it's a good question here in the live chat I wanted to tackle. He's asking, when do you think Hoop-Dee-Doo comes back? Because we're getting there. Like, we hear that Victoria and Albert's is coming back soon. We're getting full parades with Festival of Fantasy. We've got stage shows, Fantasy Fair at the Magic Kingdom. I mean, live entertainment's back. Hoop-Dee-Doo is beloved. I mean, it was there opening day. I mean, do you think this is? It seems like it makes a lot of money too, because it's not a cheap event.
So I've heard from a very nice server at a restaurant I won't name that teased to me that Hoop-Dee-Doo will be coming back pretty darn soon. That they're working on it, and that don't be surprised if it's soonish. So I think it will be. I think it's going to be that Memorial Day thing, Mike, where like we're bringing back. Like we're gonna have an epic summer. It's gonna be this big like tagline, right? Some promotional thing because Guardians is coming, and then they're gonna throw Hoop-Dee-Doo and 1900 Park Fair in there too. I really have no facts on that, but that's what I'm just aiming for.
I would like that because I think people love Hoop-Dee-Doo because I think a lot of people do that as like a tradition, right? Because it's really a multi-generational experience. I think. To me, Hoop-Dee-Doo is one of those things that reminds me of Branson, like going down to Branson, Missouri, with all like the dinner shows and Silver Dollar City. It's very campy and homey, and all that stuff. So I think like the older folks like it, but I mean, it's one of those things you want to take your grandkids to, and it's good food and it's a fun show. So I think, hopefully they get that back. Somebody said, John said, Tom Brady coming back before Hoop-Dee-Doo. No, who knows? I died. Tom Brady probably will come back.
But I need to book it though. That's one of the few places I have not been. And I would love to check it out.
It is definitely worth it. One other thing I wanted to ask, well, here, let's get our call in here because I was going to ask you about Boardwalk. We got to talk about ESPN and Boardwalk too tonight. But first call of the night. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike. This is Dan Cameron. How you doing?
Hey, Dan, what's going on? I'm doing well. Say hi to Scott.
Yeah. So, it's a long-time listener, second-time caller.
I appreciate it. Scott, can you hear Dan?
Yeah, I am good.
Okay, well, make sure everything's good because I got 100 wires running in here now. We just redid everything. So, good. So, how's it going?
Good, yeah. I just wanted to play the game.
Okay, cool. All right, so pick a number between 1 and 12.
1 and 12. Let's go with 3.
You said 3?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'm getting a little feedback.
You're getting a little feedback. Okay, let me see if I can see here. There, that may help. We'll see. We'll see if we can make it through here.
Okay.
All right. So your category is it's a simple one. You got to name 5 roller coasters at Walt Disney World in 10 seconds. Go.
Mine Train, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Rock and Roller Coaster, and Everest.
We have a winner. Yes, you are. Yes, you go into the winners category. All right.
Great.
You want to push your luck and play another round?
Yeah,
while you're here, let's do another. Let me mark that one off here that we played it. Okay. All right. So give me another number between 1 and 12.
7.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7
6.
was not lucky for me.
It was not, but it reshuffles once I take them out of the list here. Okay, I think this one's a little bit harder. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we go. You got to name in 10 seconds. You got to name 5 restaurants at Disney Springs. Go.
Okay, so flaking. Homecoming, chicken guy.
I know it's super hard. It's super hard when you're on the line.
No, Yeah, you give me 20 seconds, I can list 15. I bet.
I know, seriously. Yeah, you could do 30 and 30, right? I know, totally. I don't even know what I'd start with Boathouse probably, and I'd go to Polite Pig, and then I'd be like, done. Deluxe Burger, Blaze Pizza.
You would have said Homecoming, Mike. You would have said Homecoming.
See, I probably wouldn't if it didn't even cross my mind right there. I was thinking Splitsville. Huh. That's kind of fun. Let me ask you this, Dan, while I got you on the line, though, because this is always the hook to get you to call in. So you saw the news about the boardwalk, right? About how they're all, ESPN clubs going away. They're going to put in a new restaurant that's got a bakery attached. They're going to add a coffee house to the boardwalk over there where the store is. Did you see all that? What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. They need to do something to liven it up. I really wish the nightlife there was a little bit more lively. So the unfortunate part is I don't think anything that they're proposing is going to really help in that area, but it's nice to see new stuff.
Yeah, see, again, I'm an ESPN club homer. Like, I loved ESPN because I'm a sports fan, and I've been there for World Cup, and I'm not even a soccer fan. I think soccer's pretty boring, outdoor soccer to watch. But I like my oldest daughter, Paige, is a huge soccer fan. And so the Shine Golds, our friends, got us a whole table during World Cup at ESPN. And it was like the most awesome environment because, the passion for World Cup was like nothing else. People were dying in there watching every pass, every, shot. It was crazy. So to have a place like that to rally with sports fans around the world was awesome. And I like to have a place where you can get bar food and, hang out and that kind of stuff. I'm glad there's a new restaurant going in, but you're right. If you're looking for nightlife, I would think ESPN provides that well more than a restaurant. A restaurant doesn't give a lot of nightlife. I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, right, Mike. And, with the location of the boardwalk being between Epcot and Hollywood Studios, I feel like that's the space where you'd want a little bit more of an adult feel. And I agree with you on the watching a game thing. So marathon weekend, you helped me extend my trip one day in case I was down there for the national title game. And there's no place there's no great place to watch a big game
right.
such as the Super Bowl national title game. Those places are just few and far between. I think, because my team wound up not playing in the national title game, we spent that Monday night more of a full park day, and then we went and watched the second half. We ate actually at the Boathouse. Ironically, I couldn't come up with that. And so it was okay, but even the Boathouse, while there's TVs, it's not a place where if I was going to go watch a game, that's somewhere I'd have to go watch a game. So yeah, I don't know if the boardwalk's any better off after you take away ESPN Zone or ESPN Club and then you put in this new restaurant. It might just be a wash.
Yeah, it's that it all comes down to the almighty dollar, right? What the revenue was per month per square foot probably is exactly what they're looking at. Sure. But as a guest, and that's the ironic thing though, is that Disney owns ESPN. At least right now they do. I don't know how long that's going to last, but they do now. And it would seem like it would be a no-brainer for a destination the size of Walt Disney World. This place is enormous, not to have a location where sports fans all around the world could have the ultimate place to come together to watch a sporting event that's usually going to be broadcast on ESPN. 9 times out of 10. It's back, 20 years ago, they would have had that. I don't know. So I appreciate your time, Dan. Thanks for the feedback and thanks for calling and playing the game. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good time. Good time, guys. Good idea, Mike.
All right. Take care. And talk to you next week, hopefully. Okay. Bye-bye.
So Mike, I would just argue there though, that Splitsville is a great place to watch a game. And then the City Works Brewing, the Poorhouse is another great place. I think Disney Springs is going to be more of that environment where you get together to watch a game because it's easy to get to. You can take a bus. It's harder to get to the boardwalk to watch a big game. So, and I also think that the NBA experience space could also turn into like an ESPN club, or they could turn it into another kind of sports bar kind of thing. Maybe that's coming. Who knows?
No, I'm with you. Like when we went to Splitsville, that was incredibly a great place to watch. We watched that New England game. And apparently, if the live chat might be trolling us, but maybe not, CNN's reporting that Tom Brady is returning to the NFL right now.
I got an alert on I got an alert on my phone about it, so I think it might be legit actually.
That didn't last long.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So that's crazy. Thanks, Jessica and John and everybody. I thought you were joking. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that like I've always said, I mean, ESPN was awesome, but there should even be something even better than that. You know, and I get that CityWorks is a good place to go. Splitsville.
But it might just because of who the target audience is there. You know what I mean? Like it's family vacations. I know a lot of like guy trips happen or, you know, adult trips that want to watch a game, but I think they're going to get more revenue from this kind of bakery place. Personally, I do.
I do not. I do not even. Well, I mean, they got to. Here's the thing. They must. I mean, because they're not going to make something where they're going to make less money. I mean, they must think they're. You're right. I just think, even though I don't know how many like guys trips there are to Disney, I don't think there's a lot of. I don't think there's a lot of guys trips like where. You know, I think most guys trips where they're really like into sports are going to go to the events. Like they're going to go to the national championship game, or they're going to go to the games. They're probably not going to go, you know, Walt Disney World. But I think the thing is, just like Dan just said, you're down there when your team is playing in the national championship game, or you're there during the World Cup.
And I'm going to want to watch that in my room. Personally,
no, like, you do. No, I want to watch it with people, man.
So I'm a very intense sports fan, Mike. Where like I cannot be around another person because I will get so angry that I cannot be near them. I cannot watch a Michigan State game with other people around, and not even my family. I have to lock myself in a room to watch Michigan State every game, basically. So like I want to be isolated in the room, and then I'll go out and celebrate with everyone afterwards.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I just don't know. Like I'm a big sports fan. Like I love sports. I like being for a big game when it's not my team. Like I'll go to the sports bar if I have no pressure of like who I'm rooting for. But then like I don't know, when I'm down there, like I don't care. Like I was there for the Super Bowl and I was like, man, I'm gonna go to Chester, France. I really don't care. You know, I don't know. I'm in a totally different state of mind when I'm down there. It's kind of interesting. But
well, see, maybe that's why I really did enjoy the environment of the World Cup, because I'm not a soccer fan, but I did it for Paige, and Paige was really into it. And so we watched it at ESPN that day because Phil Scheingold got us a table. Yeah. You know, you had to actually like buy the table, you know, and like it was minimum on drinks and stuff. And it was a great idea because I mean, it was super high demand, but there were people from all over the world. Like it was crazy. I mean, It wasn't just like, you know, like if I watch a game here where I live, it's going to be 99% Mizzou fans. We're all going to be sad at the end of the game. And this is how it is. Like we're all going to be pessimistic and it's going to be a sad show. But, you know, like I want to go down, even if I'm like, I don't know, this is just me. Like, I don't even like the Patriots, but it's like, you know, like I'd like to be in there, like when the Patriots are playing the Jets or something on a Sunday, just to watch, you know what I'm saying? Just to watch that hatred from like a third person point of view.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I love the environment. I'm like, and you know, people are like, Scott just watches the Michigan State game by himself. Doesn't he go to games too? Like, yeah, I do go to games. That's like the exception. Like, where like I'll definitely obviously be surrounded by a bunch of people. But I don't know. Like, I do love the big game atmosphere, but I don't know if that's what Disney is drawing for. Like, I don't know. It's tough. I know you and I are different on this because I never thought ESPN was all that great personally. So that's why I'd rather see something else in that space. But I like the NBA experience too, and then that went away. So we're both sad for different reasons.
See, I would love if they would bring like a new and improved version of this into the NBA experience space. I think that would.
And that's what I'm trying to say earlier. I think they might do something like that. They got all this space. Like, why not do it?
But I think if they did that, I think then again they'd be doing CityWorks like dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, business is business, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
And by the way, did you know that's a chain? Because when we were in Schaumburg, we pulled into a parking lot. It took a wrong turn, and we pulled into a CityWorks.
Oh, that's crazy! I didn't know that.
Parking lot. Yeah. I was
like, but one thing too, like, so if you watched the World Cup game though in Missouri, you would have had the same environment though. Like everyone gets together for a World Cup game. Like that's the beauty of like the World Cup when everyone's riding the one nation, everyone's riding America or whatever. Those are fun. Like you'd probably still see that atmosphere in Mizzou. But
maybe I just think Walt Disney World though is such a melting pot. Like under normal circumstances, I'm saying pre-COVID, right? But like it was, because you have people from everywhere, and it was like hearing people yelling in different languages, and I don't know the game as well as I know baseball or American football or anything like that. So the technical terms that people were talking about, I wasn't as versed in, but it was just exciting to be in there. The other places I watched World Cup, and this was awesome. Talk about experiences you've had at Walt Disney World. They turned the Odyssey into a place where you could watch World Cup. And I was down there with Paige, and it was like, you had to wait in line for like 2 hours, and it was like 1 in, 1 out kind of thing because of fire code. And so we waited forever, and we got in there and we watched a World Cup game in there once. And we watched World Cup on the Disney Dream one time.
Yeah. I remember the Odyssey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were there that summer too. Speaking of the Odyssey though, so the Epcot experience is going away. Like, what are they going to do with that space? What do you think? Is that where your ESPN club's going to go?
Dude, that'd be awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, totally. A little ESPN, Epcot Future World neighborhood.
That'd actually be kind of cool. There needs to be like a restaurant. I know Epcot is like loaded with so many restaurants though, so maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe it's your sports bar. That makes sense. Who knows?
Okay, I'm telling you what, the Epcot people would freak if you put a sports bar in there.
But how great would that be? They would just have games from around the world going at all times.
Dude, yes. Yeah, you just solved it. It'd be cricket.
And then they'll have like futuristic games too of like, robots playing baseball. Like, who knows?
You don't need that.
Mix in the future world bit too.
So you just went too far.
Okay.
Games around the world though, because here's the thing. Okay, so the closest I come to that, again, I'm from Missouri, so I watch the American games. I watch baseball, football, basketball, hockey. That's basically what I watch. But you've seen this because we've cruised together. We'll hang out in 687 or O'Gills. And what do they always have on in those places?
There's like cricket.
Yeah. I'm like, so when I'm on that cruise, I'm like, God, I got to learn how to play. I got to get into cricket. Yeah. Like, I don't understand the rule.
We're gonna give an honorable mention to Russ Reeves right now, who's got me like fascinated with cricket over the last couple of years. But anyway, but like I just kind of rolled that off the roof of my mouth. Like, I like that. I like the games around the world at the Odyssey. Now, this might be pushing it a little bit too far too, like my futuristic thing, but I've heard about Bob Chapek wanting to get more involved with like gambling with Disney. So if they made it like a sports book at Epcot, like how wild would that be?
Scott would never leave Future World.
All the purists of Epcot would just never go again.
Oh my God. You're really trying to get everybody.
We've turned Epcot into like a mini Las Vegas.
Yes, we have. Yeah, it'll have big neon lights around the outside where it used to have the windows. Just big sign. Welcome to the Odyssey. Place your bets here, people. Okay, so let me ask you about this though, because I saw a big freak out when that announcement came out about the boardwalk, Bellevue Lounge. A lot of people were worried that might be a goner. So I would not say the Bellevue Lounge is untouchable. Now, what I'm hearing is because they're going to put in a coffee shop. Yeah. And so I think a lot of people assumed, well, that would be a good spot for a coffee shop. It's the right size. It's the right place. But what I am hearing from a source or two is that I think the coffee shop is going to go in that little bitty store that's kind of down the way off the lobby.
Yeah, it's like a DVC store that basically the same merchandise as what you can get at the main store on the ground level.
Yep.
Yeah. How you're feeling about ESPN is how I would feel if they took the Bellevue Lounge away. That is like my spot. Like, I'm sure like Aaron and Phil probably work there all the time too, because they always try to find these like quiet spots to work. But you have like the 30s, 40s background music, awesome drinks. There's like board games to play. Oh man, that would kill me, Mike.
What if they just turn that into a sports book? We got a call. I got.
We're out of control today. It's Sunday. We're having fun.
Oh my gosh! All right, we have our next call on the line. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey guys.
Hey Kevin. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm all right. We're just we're getting a lot of people probably mad at us about turning Epcot into Las Vegas. So I'm glad you called in and saved us.
Oh no. I didn't know that. You want to fill me in?
What's that?
Do you want to fill me in on what you're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about ESPN going away. I'm sad. I that's my place to watch my games, and they're taking it away. I'm mad.
It is.
Yeah, they're turning it into a restaurant and a bakery.
What are they doing this?
It's good. They said in the next, I think it's gonna be a couple of years project. It'll be a couple of years before they're done, but it's gonna be a restaurant and bakery.
What the heck?
And they're gonna hear. Yeah,
we could have got rid of Big River. Actually, I would have preferred that if they had.
How about this though? I didn't even say. Boardwalk Bakery is going to get turned into a sandwich shop. Subway. No, just kidding. It's just going to be a sandwich shop. Yeah, but they're going to sell cupcakes in the restaurant apparently. So it's going to move down.
Yeah, that's what they eat.
Yeah.
Cupcake. Wow. I didn't know that. That's what, because ESPN is such a big restaurant with all of TV and everything. What are they going to do with all that space?
I guess it's just going to be that huge restaurant from what I can tell. And
but I like what Kevin's saying. Where are all the TVs going to go?
Well, yeah. And
gas connection?
Yeah.
Well, here, what, Kevin, a fun fact about one of our listeners is probably in the chat right now. He was earlier, is that our good friend Wade up in Nebraska, who was in the chat, the first place he ever saw if you went into the restrooms at ESPN Club, they have TVs in the bathrooms. That was one of
my father told me that.
Yeah.
My father told me that. Yeah.
So that was the first place I had ever seen that. That was the first place Wade, our friend, had ever seen that. He went home and he put a TV in his bathroom because he saw it at ESPN. How's that?
What?
I know. Yeah, I can't. My wife wouldn't let me do that. But there was one in our hotel room in Schaumburg last weekend. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It was right there in the mirror.
Really?
Yeah, it was like you could watch the TV as you're shaving.
I feel about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, now I'm disappointed. Now, what are you guys talking about? Turning Epcot into Las Vegas.
No,
what are you talking about?
So Scott was mentioning that they're getting rid of the Epcot experience, which was the thing in the old Odyssey restaurant there, right? Between kind of by Mexico on your way to Mexico, where it talked about all the new things coming. And we were trying to decide what could they do with that place. And we talked about turning it into like a sports bar with sports around the world to tie in with World Showcase. And then we just joked about it. We talked about taking bets, but we were just totally joking about that. So.
Oh, good Lord.
I still like the idea though. Like, no, not the sports betting, but like games around the world, or someone talked about like news around the world. Like, I don't know, like they could tie it into like some cool thing because it's like the bridge to World Showcase. So now we're going to start giving you some world news. Like, I think they could do something cool in that space, but
I agree.
Not sports betting. That was a joke.
They could, but they won't.
So far.
Unbelievable. Well,
we'll see. Yeah, you don't know.
I just got done talking Walt and Bob, and so I thought I'd give you guys a call.
How was the show? Was it pretty? Did he do some? I saw he was going to do some new Irish songs tonight. Was it pretty good?
Yeah, he did, which was good, but his hair was a mess. So
always,
I gotta kill it,
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kevin, hey, did you make those theme park reservations? I know we were talking about that.
Not yet.
Get on it.
I'm a little nervous about doing it. If I talked to Disney representative. I need to look up on Disney's website because it says that the DAS is a little different now. So I have to look up, unless you can tell me real quickly how they changed it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea since you're going to be using DAS to kind of see how those are going to work together. But it wouldn't hurt. There's no harm in making the theme park reservations. There's no penalty or anything. So I would do that just to be safe. But then, I mean, you could do that in 5 minutes. They don't take long.
And they're really easy to do. Yeah. Okay, it's real easy to do.
Yeah, you just go into My Disney Experience and it'll say, theme park reservations. Just pick your park you want to start in each day. And, you can always delete it and change it if you need to later on.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you get my email, but you know what I'm saying about Disney Genie Plus. I watched a video on it, and they said that you need to make a ride reservations before 7 a.m. And I'm thinking, I'm not getting up at 6 o'clock on my vacation to make a reservation about an attraction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What part of I'm on vacation does Disney not understand?
Exactly. Exactly. But I don't know. But I can't wait to go. I can't wait to watch Harmonious. Um, real quick about Harmonious. If I have time, do I have time or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you have a question about Harmonious?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Look, I've watched Harmonious multiple times, and I love it. The only thing I don't like is it seems like Disney is trying to push their product in your face at all times. So I don't like the soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like with Illuminations, uh, it was fireworks, but the soundtrack was also non-Disney music. You know what I'm saying? So that the soundtrack is the only thing I don't like about it. You know what I mean? Or did I confuse you?
Yeah. I think, to me, with all the nighttime shows, fireworks or parades, it comes down to the music, right? I think that's where you kind of make your connection because that's what you can take home with you. Yeah, like Scott and I talk about this all the time. We listen to background loops while we work. We listen to them in the car. And like, if I turn on Illuminations, it takes me right back to, 2002, standing in World Showcase on a summer night. And I make that connection. I think the thing too with Harmonious, I'm kind of hard on it right now because I just don't have those memories built up. I don't have those pleasant memories yet. So maybe I'll get them over the years.
Like the Harmonious soundtrack is all Disney music, which is fine, but it's like can be a Disney property and not have the Disney product shoved in my face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, I haven't seen any movies for forever, so that's my problem. I don't know any of the movies anymore, so I don't know. We'll see. When you have to let me know what you think though when you see it. So I'll be curious.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it twice.
What's that?
I've seen it twice.
What did you think of it?
I wish Illuminations was back, but that's just me.
Really?
Yeah.
What about did you like?
The music was better for Illuminations, in my opinion. Illuminations music was way better than the soundtrack for Harmonious. Harmonious is beautiful though. The fireworks and stuff it's really, really pretty. But the overall show, I'd take Illuminations in a heart. If they said it was coming back, I'd be down there in a blink.
Really?
Yes.
So even visually, do you like Illuminations better visually?
Overall, well, that's a tough call. Probably not visually. Like what I would like to have is like some upgrades to Illuminations with the fireworks for Harmonious, but then give me the Illumination soundtrack. That'd be the best.
Yeah.
Probably is what I'd like.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. But I'll be down there and let you know
All right,
what
let me
I
know.
think of it.
All right, well, Kevin, you take
All right,
care and let me
thanks,
know, and
Jeff.
we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you later. All right, bye-bye. And Scott, I know that you're a Harmonious fan. I mean, I'm not terribly down on it, but I just loved Illuminations. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I love the soundtrack to Harmonious. I think it's hard to like because when you're there, like you're watching the show, you're trying to listen to the soundtrack, you're trying to find a good spot, you've got crowds around you. So like what really like got me more interested in Harmonious or grew my love for it was just listening to the soundtrack at home. Where I could like really focus on that. And then I was like, oh man, like this is really great. Like I loved what they've done. Granted, they're movie songs, right? They're songs from the movies, but they have a unique twist to them that really fit World Showcase and Epcot, I think, really well. And then then you go down there, like you're familiar with the songs a little bit better because you heard them more, and then you watch the show with it. I think it's something that grows on you with more viewings. But Mike, Illuminations was like my favorite thing of all time. Like I loved Illuminations, and I still do. I mean, I think I would easily say like I wish Illuminations would come back right now, and I would be all for it. But I do like what they've done with Harmonious, and maybe it's different for other people, but I really like the music a lot in that show. But everyone's different, right? I mean, everyone's going to be different on it.
And that's what I love. I mean, it's just Illuminations. It hit with me. It's like Spectrum Magic, like somebody said, Tom, in the chat. Like Spectrum Magic came in when I was just first falling in love with going to Walt Disney World, and I mean, it'll never be beaten.
And that's Wishes for me. Like Happily Ever After was an awesome show, but I loved Wishes a lot more because that's when I started going to Disney, right? Was when Wishes were there. Like Emily was 3, 4, 5 years old singing the soundtrack, like that just has a great memory, special place in my heart. Where Happily Ever After, like I was bummed the first few viewings of that. I was like, where's Wishes at?
Man, I was the same
way.
I
turned out loving Happily Ever After, and now I really miss it.
I know I hated Happily Ever After at first. I so bitter. And then I loved it. So it's so weird.
And
I know because I hate it.
And one thing to mention too, like I think Kevin was saying, like he's watched like the viewings of it. Like I don't know if it's Disney's, but like when Disney does like their fireworks show on the stream, like it is underwhelming. Like
it's too far away. It's weird. Yeah,
it's too far away, or they zoom in on certain things that don't make sense. So like I think just experiencing it is always going to be the best answer.
Nope, we have. Sorry.
That was like the cut. That was like the cut. The wrap it up box on Scott.
Well, that was not me even doing a sound effect, even though I have the sound effects. We had a caller. I patched the caller in about 5 minutes ago. They've been patiently waiting, but the dog was not going to wait. Caller, thanks for being so patient. How are you doing tonight? Who's joining us?
Hi, it's Jennifer Keenan from Gulf Breeze, Florida, and my dogs were doing a shout out to Mike and Scott. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I saw your comment in the chat, and I'm very intrigued. I hope you're going to talk about what that comment was.
That's exactly why I'm calling, because every time you won't go on Star Tours, it makes me so sad. I figured out the solution. You have to sit in the dead middle of the room.
Okay.
So when you go on Star Tours, get in the middle row and like push people out of the way, put your family on the end, and you sit in the middle, and you will not get motion sickness.
So do you tell everybody as you're boarding the, I forget what it's called. What's the thing called? The Star Cruiser or something? I can't remember, but like, okay, everybody, I'm going to hurl if I don't get that middle seat. So
I've got to be in the middle. Yeah. Like my family knows. And so they'll like reshuffle once they say what lane you're in. And I'll even go to the next ship and hop on the next one to get the middle spot.
So that works.
Yeah, it's like Rock and Roller Coaster. You just tell them like, I want to wait for the back or I want to wait for the front. I'm waiting for the middle seat.
The middle seat. That is the key. But for Star Tours, that's the only way to ride.
Now I'm sitting here like, should I give that a shot when I go down in a couple weeks? Do I tempt fate?
Please do.
Because I love that ride, but every time I get off it, it's like I'm done for the rest of the day.
And then I'll have a spot reserved at Baseline so that you can have a drink afterwards to celebrate, Mike.
Yeah, that'll be it. I don't know. Maybe.
No, that would ruin me.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't drink beer, so that'd be not a good spot. I need a margarita. Okay, so let me ask you about this though. What do you think about all the news about the Boardwalk, ESPN going away, going with a restaurant, a bakery, getting a coffee shop, the Boardwalk Bakery becoming a sandwich shop, all that? I mean, there's a lot of changes coming to the Boardwalk. What do you think?
I think it's going to bring me back to the area because I'm going to do the gondolas, Skyliners to get over that area, and I really haven't been along the Boardwalk in years.
That's a good point.
So it's just so easy to go in the back of Epcot. So I think now I'll get off and go the other direction and check it out.
Here's the thing, though, and I've thought this ever since the Skyliner came online. Like, Disney's underutilizing the boardwalk area because of the Skyliner access. Because with the Skyliners, you have access to the Riviera, Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, and Art of Animation, which hold a ton of people. Those Art of Animation and Pop hold a lot of guests, and so does Caribbean Beach. It's huge. And the Riviera is not too small. And if you get all those guests, plus everybody flooding out of Epcot, out of the International Gateway, and you got beach, yacht, and boardwalk right there as well. I mean, because think about it, Atlantic Dance Hall. That thing has sat there and not been used for, they use it for corporate events and stuff like that, but it seems like they underutilize that, and Jelly Rolls. And even like Scott mentioned too, Big River could be something way more, impressive than what it is. It's okay, but it could be something way better.
I think they put everything into Disney Springs, and now they've made Disney Springs correct, and now they're moving on to the next area.
That's a good point. But it's weird how everything's down at that end. Like, why are they not looking at that other half, like the DVC side of the boardwalk there? I don't know. Maybe that's like phase 2 or something. But dang, leave my ESPN club. I'd heard we'd heard a long time ago that ESPN was a goner, that it was actually empty months ago, that they had kind of already gutted it. Like it was sitting there waiting for the announcement.
Yeah. But wasn't too much of breaking news, but yeah, I know it still hurt you, Mike.
I did. I saw it, like when you see it like in writing on social media, like, dang, there's the news I knew was coming.
Mike, you gotta do another 5 and 10 though.
Oh yeah. Hey, you want to play 5 and 10 with us? Yeah, I forgot about that. You gotta play. I spent all this money on this new mixer. We got to play the game. So you want to play the game with us?
Sure.
Okay. So pick a number between 1 and 12.
7.
Everybody's picking 7. Lucky 7. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3.
We're 0 for 2 on 7 though, so hopefully you can change our luck.
Okay. Do you consider yourself like a pretty hardcore Disney fan? This is a pretty tough one.
Yes.
Okay. I don't even know if Scott could get this one, to be honest, but we'll see. All right.
Oh, don't do it that hard. No, I don't know about that.
No, you can get this one. I have faith in you. You say you're a good Disney fan. Okay, here we go. All right. You need to name in 10 seconds. You got to name 5 bodies of water. They could be lakes, bays, rivers, anything like that around Walt Disney World. 5 bodies of water starting now. Go.
Bay Lake, Seven Seas Lagoon. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Like every golf course has ponds. Let me think. Oh gosh, I failed terribly.
So what else could we do?
So we're missing Crescent Lake and World Showcase Lagoon were the next 2 on my list.
I was thinking the Sassagoula River.
Sassagoula River would probably be my next.
Yeah. Like Buena Vista, Disney Springs.
Oh.
And I was trying to think what are the I was trying to think the water parks. Echo Lake, yeah. William says Echo Lake. The water parks. What I can't remember what those. Typhoon Lagoons, big pool. Can't remember what that's called. Just kills you. Yeah, that was
you're counting the wave pool as like.
I mean, it's a body of water. I don't know. I mean,
the dig site. Actually, what is that? There's water there at Coronado, or there's Hourglass Lake too. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah, like Caribbean Beach and Coronado. Yeah, El Dorado or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know the names of those. They're called, but oh well, that was kind of fun. That was I knew that would be a tough one, but I was thinking Bay Lake, really Seven Seas Lagoon.
But I just wasn't thinking.
Yeah, Discovery. Isn't there a Discovery? No, that's Island. That could be another category. Anyway, well, hey, thanks for the call and thanks for that tip. And
thank you.
I will try it. I will have the Force be with me in the middle seat on Star Tours.
Nice.
All right, very good. Have a great one.
Take care. You have a good week. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I moved everything in the studio, so now I keep twisting the wrong way every time. All right, so yeah, so interesting though. Okay, so somebody asked earlier, so let's kind of get to this. Places to watch sports. So we mentioned Splitsville.
Yep.
We mentioned CityWorks. So those are right next to each other in Disney Springs West Side.
Both really good spots.
Both. I've never been to CityWorks. You have, right?
I have not, but I've gone by and I can see that it's a good spot to be. But Splitsville, from experience, would be my number 1.
Cafe.
But we've done this though. That Rick's is a good one. We've Martha's Vineyard. We've watched college football playoffs from there. It's more smaller environment, but you got a TV and you got a bar and food.
long as you're buying, those bartenders will put it on whatever you want.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
All right, we have our next caller from up in the state of Nebraska, our good friend Wade. Wade, what's going on?
Hey guys, how are you? Sorry, I'm getting in under the wire. I just finished a long run. It was a beautiful day, so just went out and knocked out 17 miles. I was listening to you guys literally while I was running the last few miles.
Wow.
Hang on.
17?
17 today.
That's right. You're training for a non-Walt Disney World full, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a full marathon on May 1st. So today was 17 miles.
I thought you just got lost.
After being, not running as much the last couple of weeks, it was a tough run. But
and if I recall, May 1st is your birthday, right?
That's right. So,
there we go.
I'm going to torture myself on my birthday. I'm not sure why, but
I know I've done a half marathon on my birthday, like the Detroit half marathon weekend. If my birthday is like a Saturday, Sunday around there, it's always the same. But I would never do a full. You're out of your mind.
I am. I know. That's what I was thinking as I got to about mile 14, 15, 16. I thought, what am I doing?
Yeah, mile 22.
Sunday afternoon.
Mile 22 on your birthday, you'll be like, this was the stupidest idea. I'm supposed to be just chilling. It's my birthday.
But Matt, props to you, man. That's a heck of a training run. Nice job.
Yeah, it is.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. But the funny thing is listening and RIP ESPN Zone. I've seen some great games there over the years. It just, you visit in the fall, whether it's for wine and dine or whatever. I watched Nebraska play Texas in the Big 12 championship game there. The game where Mac Brown ran out on the field with one finger up and they put 1 second back on the clock and Texas kicked the game-winning field goal. I was sitting there with a bunch of Texas fans, no less. So
it's tough. Like I would just lose my mind.
I just turned my head out the window across the lake at the lights of the yacht club and the beach club, and I thought, well, I'll go back to the room.
So wait, you were on the opposite side of a last minute circumstance where Nebraska lost. Okay, I've been on the other side of that where Nebraska beat us, where like footballs have hit off of heels and feet and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I know. Kills you, right? But I was there. I could just picture sitting in the not the main area, but the bigger kind of round area.
Yes.
And I thought, Nebraska's not going to win this. We don't have much of an offense. But Ndamukong Suh sacked their quarterback like 5 times. I mean, it was
So
crazy.
I remember. Okay, I was going to ask, was this like Ndamukong Suh's like last game? I think because like I remember that because the Lions ended up like drafting him the next year, I believe. Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, it was right. And then he finished second in the Heisman Trophy voting. And it was a crazy game. He had 5 sacks in that game. They played a bowl game, and then of course they got drafted. But I was there. So and yes, the TV's on the wall. I got home and I thought, I don't have a TV in the bathroom. And cause, they got an ESPN Zone. You go in, you do what you do in the bathroom. I'm like, you wouldn't miss a second of any game. So I had an electrician put an outlet like a foot from the ceiling and a cable outlet. It's awesome. I love it. I watch the TV a ton every morning. So at night. But it was all because of ESPN Zone. So fond memories. RIP.
It just still baffles me that a place that Disney owns ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. I don't know if they use that anymore, but they're going to be broadcasting all these college football games all fall, soccer's, all these sports that they don't have the best place for the world to come together to watch live sports.
But it's going to happen because Wade, if you were listening, it's going to happen at the Odyssey.
Yes.
Oh man! Oh my gosh!
I love that idea, man. I love world sports around the world at Epcot. Just sounds
run that idea past people like Nate Parrish or somebody like that, or Matt Parrish, dude. They would have a heart attack. That would just be oh my god!
Soccer, Premier League soccer. We could have the UK. We could have the La Liga from Spain, or we could have everything. The Bundesliga from Germany. We could have American football. You could have everything. It'd be awesome. A lot of room there. I love it.
The thing is, I'm no kidding. As much as we're joking about that, I would, when you're on a Disney cruise, I was kind of joking about this, but I get into cricket because you're in international waters and you get that international ESPN feed that shows, sports you don't see back home in Missouri. So I would definitely stop in there and grab, some appetizers and a drink and watch whatever's on the, see sports around the world. That would be part of, because I think sports are a way people, just like food and drinks, I think sports are kind of another, language that people communicate worldwide. I mean, that all joking aside, this could be a great idea if they would really run with it.
I mean, think of it. You just had the Olympics, and you're watching athletes that dedicate their lives up to that point to competing in all these sports, and you watch them all, and you're just amazed by the what good athletes they are, what great athletes are. And as the world comes together, and all the stuff going on in the world, especially right now, you can watch it come together. So I think you're onto something here. And the sports book off in the corner, Scott. So. I started laughing out loud while I'm running. If anybody saw me, they're probably like, "What's wrong with that guy?"
Yeah, he'll be the sports book will be at the bathroom on the right side of Test Track.
I mean, it's probably a market that Disney. I mean, they haven't tapped into it. I mean, they've tapped into everything. So why not a sports book?
Hey, 10 years from now, it could just be commonplace. I mean, it's crazy how much things have changed.
I mean, we have turned the patio at Olivia's into a racetrack. So
yeah, a virtual racetrack, right? Where's that horse running? In South Africa. Okay, go Sophie's Choice.
But if you wanted to watch it, you could go to Epcot.
Exactly.
See, there you go.
Horse
racing, South African horse racing on one side.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
Well,
anyway. We're gonna have a new bakery, so a place to get more cupcakes and cakes.
Yes,
so hopefully it's great.
Bottom line, more cupcakes. That's how this goes.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we'll see.
Yep. They're gonna redo the rooms at the boardwalk too. I think was that part of the announcement.
I think so. Yeah. I just saw that like a few days before this whole other stuff happened.
Yeah. Which would be great because like I love the boardwalk area, but those rooms need some love. So that would be really good for me.
Yep.
Should we give way to 5 and 10?
You want to do a 5 and 10 and then we'll close the show?
Let's do it. Sure. Okay. There's a lot of pressure. I listen to other people. I'm like, yeah, I was doing it alone. I'm like, I started to like get sweaty.
I get sweaty when the timer starts. Like that timer makes me a nervous wreck.
I don't know. I feel like Wade though, like on the spot, can like just like he can be Mr. Cool. You're gonna get in like 4 seconds.
Dude, he was just staying on the beach in Hawaii. He was chilling. Yeah. He's got it still. He's still on the. He's got the shock thing going. Okay, so pick a number between 1 and 12.
1 and 12. Let's go with 11.
All right, here we go. This is a pretty good one. All right, you got 10 seconds to name 5 future world pavilions, both current and extinct. Go.
Oh gosh, Innovations West, Innovations East. Oh my gosh, the living trees with the land and states.
It's tough.
It is tough. Oh, I thought this game would be too easy, but it's so hard when the timer starts, man. It's like the pressure.
I like how you went Innovations East and then West again.
Yeah, I thought you were kind of cheating there with Interventions, but yeah.
But it's fine. He only got 2.
I was going with it. So what do you got? You got the land, the sea, future world, or future world. Future. I'm terrible at it. Test Track. I guess that would count. Energy.
Space right at the end.
What's the one? The one that's there but not there. They're updating.
Imagination's one.
Imagination. How do I forget that? It's like it's there but not there.
I kind of forget what they're called. Yeah, is Guardians a new one now? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just calling that Energy. Guardians could be a new one.
Well, they're called like neighborhoods now, so you got to get the neighborhoods right.
Wonders of
Life. Water, sea, land. I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe next time we'll brush up on it. Well, thanks.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, we'll bust this out again and try. Yeah, everybody in the chat's really good because you got plenty of time. That's we're gonna get William to call in because William's giving all the answers, but we'll get him on the clock here next week. So that's all we do. All right, well, hey, Wade, thanks for calling in and closing us out. We appreciate it, and good job on that 17 miler today. It's a good run.
Awesome run.
Hey, thanks,
welcome back to the mainland here.
Yeah. Exactly. Welcome back to Nebraska. All right, we'll see you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
See you.
All right, Scott, that's another one in the books. So any final thoughts?
No, we got kind of weird on today. We're just having fun with it. Like there will not be a sports book.
But I love the idea though of the celebration of sports.
That's the celebration of sports is fun. Yep. But yeah, it was fun. Some good calls. We got a tip on Star Wars now, so Star Tours. So hopefully you'll do it. Maybe over Spring Surprise. Who knows, right?
That's high stakes. That's a high stakes proposition though, because if it works, great. If it doesn't work, blah, you know.
And as your travel agent, have you made your park reservation?
I have not, because I was trying to find yours on My Disney Experience to match them, and I cannot see them for some reason.
So you need some help there.
I just need to know what yours are so I can match them.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get a hold. Actually, you were down there when I was trying to make them, and I didn't want to bug you on your trip. So
awesome. But yeah, good episode. Looking forward to next time for sure.
All righty. Well, we'll be back again next Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central. We'll play some 5 and 10. It's harder than you think, people. It's harder than you think, but don't be scared. We'll talk Disney and take your calls again. We'll have shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week, and have a good time. And of course, our show is always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our patrons who make all this fun stuff possible over at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow Scott on the Instagram and Twitter at Epscott, EPSCOT. Also follow his other account at Palm Trees of Disney. You can get a hold of me at beourguestmike on Instagram and Twitter as well. Facebook and YouTube. You can subscribe to the show. Just search for the Be Our Guest Podcast. And if you don't mind, leave us a rating and a review wherever you download the show. It would really help us out. So we are going to be down at Spring Surprise here shortly. So Lizards, get those last few runs in. We're going to have a good time getting together, and check the Facebook group, because we're going to have a mini golf meetup. So all the Lizards who are there for Spring Surprise, we'd love to play some mini golf with you over at Fantasia Gardens. I believe that is on the 2nd of April, which is what day, Scott?
That is a Saturday.
Okay.
At the day of the 10K at 2:00. So you have some time to do some park touring if you choose to, or rest up, get a lunch, and then come hang out with us and play some mini golf. It'll be a lot of fun. And I think I'm going to do some prizes for that. You tease prizes for the 5 and 10. I think we'll do a best individual score prize and a team score prize. So join us for that.
Yeah. All right. So yes, Saturday, April 2nd, if you're down there for Spring Surprise, meet us up at Fantasia Gardens, 2:00 sharp, tea time.
And you don't have to be a lizard either. So if you're listening to this and you don't do the running, but you have to be down there, come on over.
Yes, come on over and see us. We'd love to play some putt-putt. All right, we're going to be out of here. And of course, if you're listening on Thursday, you got a show heading your way on Friday. If you're listening on Sunday night, well, bummer. It's Monday tomorrow. But hey, make it a great week. So for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you an awesome Sunday night or a great Thursday if you're checking us out on the feed. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All righty. That was actually a ton of fun.
That was fun. It was fun, man.
It was. All right. Well, hey,
I ordered my dinner during it, so I got some Noodles and Company downstairs.
Nice. I've never had that.
Noodles and Company is awesome.
Yeah, there's one kind of about 10 minutes away. I'll try it out.
I went with a penne rosa with Parmesan chicken and a side Caesar salad.
Send me a picture. I want to see it.
I will.
All right, I'll see you later. All right.
See ya. Bye, everyone.
Everybody. Bye.